Wow, Toy Rick, this portal gun really works. It's freaking awesome. Oh, everyone. Yes, I did kind of want a reason to show off this. But also, theory time again! Oh, well, my name's Fox9Till, aka 9-Bit Fox. And I've still yet to get a Rick and Morty shirt. But in the other end, I've been rewatching Rick and Morty while me and Hood have been working on the animatic series Sailor No. But, also I have my smart glasses on. Totally not because my eyes all effed up, but because I am pretending. Forget it. Any case, this is really weird to hold in my hand. At least the wand's easier. But, in any case, while rewatching season 1 and 2 of Rick and Morty, a theory actually kind of started to pop into my head, and it kind of actually works, I think. Basically, the theory is that Evil Morty is the one true Morty. And I don't only mean that in the sense of being Rick's original Morty, but also may have started a religion around himself. And there's a couple things that first I want to bring up for this theory. One being that Justin Roiland has said, even though Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland both said they don't know what the end game is. They're keeping all possibilities up in the air, which, okay, great. We're keeping it like that, that's fine. But the thing that Justin Roiland has said, I believe Dan Harmon has said as well, that there is a story of Rick and Morty. There is a solid story that is slowly being revealed to us. And those people who are very, my hair looks like it's a mess for some reason. For those people who are very, I want to say persistent, those who look closely will slowly see as the story begins to develop. And I think I can kind of see it developing. Basically, again, this goes to a couple things. Mostly, not something Rick It This Way comes. The one with all the Ricks. Can't remember the freaking episode's name, but also I'm not doing a script for this one because I feel like this one I just want to freeform a bit. But, basically, how the theory goes, this one is at least that we know for one thing that there was the evil Rick and evil Morty, and that basically they captured all the evil, all the Mortys of all, like, hundreds of Mortys that were then trapped and then released by Rick and Morty after the whole debacle was said and done. And we also know that, and again, the theory also goes with, people believing that evil Morty is most likely Rick's original Morty, mostly because Rick has memories of a baby Morty. A Morty who, Rick shouldn't know because he was gone for however many years since Morty was born, and it wasn't there when he was born, at least the Morty we're following now. And but the thing is, and it seems like all so far has been going according to Evil Morty's plan. I'm jumping around, and I'm sorry for that. I probably should just go with a script next time. Basically, how this theory goes. We know now that Evil Morty's plan was to not only get all of those Mortys and kill all the Ricks, but also to have them go to the Citadel, where they would then basically Mortys would become a subclass of people. They wouldn't be like the higher ups like Ricks would, even though Ricks aren't really all that doing so well either, but Mortys are like the majority, the underdog class, the ones who live in the slums and ghettos and stuff like that. That is what Mortys then become, and they kind of resent Rick, even though there are those who say, free the Mortys and all that stuff. In the end, Mortys are like the main source of crime and all that stuff down there. They're the minority group. That's what I'm trying to say, the minority group of this place. Thank you, phone. They're the minority group. And we also learn later on that Evil Morty is then also, spoilers for one of the season 3 episodes, that Evil Morty is actually Evil Morty's plan was to then become the first Morty president of the Citadel, and not only that, to take over the freaking, take over the Citadel and even kill off the behind-the-scenes leaders. Except for, like, the two who, you know, were like, okay, yeah, we don't want to really F with that. We're going to go with what we said. But here's another thing. Because it's one thing to say that... It's one thing to say that you're, you know, the president of the United States or some crap like that. And, you know, to then to ask people to follow you. Because, again, if we go from a standpoint that, you know, oh, he's an elected official, the minority's going to go, well, I didn't elect him. I didn't do all this stuff. And I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the politics right now, because F these politics, and F the insanity that's going on in America. But I'm not trying to make it like that, because I know it just sounded like I was going towards that way. I'm not trying to go like that. But what I am trying to say for this is, the minority won't believe, like, they'll be like, well, he can be just a sellout that is really worried for the ricks and stuff like that. That is, unless there is actually a religion based around him. Basically, my thought process, at least for this, is Evil Morty is, again, trying to start a revolution to kill all the ricks. If not kill all the ricks, find a way to kill them all. Find a way to kill them all, or for at least Mortys to break the cycle of ricks, you know, using Mortys. And this could be brought up in a couple reasons, and could explain some things. Like, one, if you say, okay, I'm the president of this place, some people are going to follow you, but some are not. But then you also say that you're Jesus, and all of them are Catholic, they're all going to follow you if they believe so. If you can make them believe so. Because, again, people have thought, and like even like the other Mortys have thought, oh, that maybe our Rick, C-137's Rick, or Morty, is actually the one true Morty they thought at one point. But the question is, how did actually all this start? How did, like, this whole religion around Mortys even start from all this? My guess is Evil Morty started this. And again, I'm just rambling at this point. Maybe next time I should. I think I actually liked it a little bit more structured. But in any case, Evil Morty most likely set this all up. He decided, because again, he set up everything for the minority group to then, for Morty to become a minority group in the Citadel, so that way he can then take over, you know, votes and all that stuff. And basically, he could change how the Citadel works. But the thing is, like, it could have been really part of his plan to eventually either have gotten caught by our Rick, C-137 Rick, or I keep going like that because it says C-137. Could be caught by C-137 Rick, or maybe it was just that he was going to get caught eventually. The whole point was just to set this up. Set it up and spread word like, hey, there's a one true Morty. There's a Morty that we should all follow. Spread that around all the other Mortys, and slowly, this infection slowly starts to go through all of them. Basically, and if you guys don't know, and this can also be the reason for it, because if you don't know, our Morty got a pamphlet talking about the Church of Morty or whatever, the Church of the One True Morty. And the thing is, people who bought Season 1, I don't know if it's all of them, but people who bought Season 1 of Rick and Morty, and I got it for Christmas, comes with a little pamphlet, comes with that pamphlet where you read, where basically the whole thing is, it's talking about Morty, how a Morty listens to a Rick. Basically, Rick is the quote-unquote devil in this religion. And basically saying, if you go with Rick, eventually you're going to be killed. It's kind of like the whole, like, go with the devil, the sinner, you're going to be thrown in hell. Except in this one, you become a cockroach, and you get poked and stabbed at until for eternity, until for like 1,000 years, until then you are reborn to then live again, I think, as a Morty, if I remember correctly. But basically, Rick is the great tempter. He is the great adversary. But the one true Morty is, for example, God. And you're supposed to follow him and not follow Rick. Following Rick is basically a sin. It's the bad. It's the worst thing you could possibly do. And this right there, one, sows the seeds of doubt within all Mortys, and probably even why there's the whole minority group that doesn't join any other Ricks or stuff like that. Because in the end, that is seen as a bad thing. Rick is seen as the tempter, the destroyer, the deceiver. And in a lot of senses, yeah, he kind of is. But still, it all kind of sows the seeds of that Rick isn't a good thing. This sows the seeds of, hey, we shouldn't listen to these guys, nor let them tell us what to do. We should be who we are, and that, in a sense, you know, it seems like it would slowly start a revolution, which then would then go on to then say, you know, Evil Morty becoming the president. And then again, coming back to what I said, him taking over as president, and not only that, then having it to where you can have all these more, you can then have it to where he says, I am the one true Morty, and we need to kill all Ricks. And this could lead to the extinction of Ricks. This could lead to them going to war, being the end war game where, I shouldn't point this in my face, where all the Ricks are then being taken down except for the one true, except for our Rick. Most likely, well, I'm pretty sure some Ricks are going to live because multiverse, infinite possibilities. But again, all these Ricks being killed, slowly dying. This could all lead to an end. This could be that, again, Morty, or Evil Morty, has actually been setting this up the entire time. Maybe it was because, you know, again, you go back to that Evil Morty theory where we've seen Evil Morty's origin already. We've already seen it in the first episode. We've already seen it. And this is what led Evil Morty down this path. And he's even set things up in motion to then be carried on later on, having a religion based around him that he spread himself, so that way he even has more control over the faithful, as well as those who follow, you know, the presidential elects and all that crud. And those who are like saying, that Morty, we now have a Morty as our president, you know, stuff like that. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool. I think it's just kind of cool because it's kind of cool seeing that, like, Evil Morty probably set this religion up. Evil Morty set all of this in motion to have the minority group of Mortys to then, you know, work off of their fighting, to have the infighting. Basically, the religion is saying, don't trust Rick. Rick is bad. Do not trust Rick. He's going to kill you and deceive you. And then when you go back to the Citadel, we have to show that, like, yes, some of them are distrusting, and also that Ricks leave Mortys as a minority group instead of being, you know, a full-fledged part of society, I guess. And then like, you know, having that, and now even showing that the one true or Evil Morty is now even cutting off the whole, like, Academy of Mortys. Now just cutting that off, saying, and they say, what's gonna happen to us? I don't know. Not my problem. And it's just kind of says, like, well, what's going to happen to all the Mortys? Now, he's now basically having it to where the Mortys are staying in the Citadel. They're not going to go to their own dimensions anymore. And most likely he's probably just going to start building up the more tension, the more fighting, until eventually the Mortys are going to fight back. Which, even if they're the minority group of the Citadel, most likely, I wonder if there's probably going to be more Mortys than Ricks. Because if that's the case, oh boy, it's going to be one heck of a war. But, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Did Evil Morty start everything just so he set his plans in motion? Was that actually just a religion beforehand? And again, this might even go to a whole, because they had already, like, made fun of religion and done stuff with religion and stuff in Rick and Morty. But it would be kind of cool to see some point, like, that, Evil Morty is seen as, like, the Jesus kind of figure of Mortys, while, like, our Morty maybe is, like, the Antichrist of Mortys. Or you can have it the flip way, where we can kind of see, like, factions slowly being cut, kind of like, who's the good Morty, who's the evil Morty, and maybe even have a faction split, I don't know, of the Mortys who want to stay with Ricks and the Mortys who want to be free. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Share my videos that I've done. Links are on my face. Subscription buttons around there somewhere. Thanks for watching. Share my videos. God damn, Rick. And we will see you later.